Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play a little Golgari Skeletons. So, I think Ashley will play this similar deck, and I really wanted to try it out myself because, well, Skeletons is a great aggro, sort of synergistic tribe in Standard, but we got a new thing that got brought in since Lorwyn, which is Changelings. Right? Changelings are going to be very good in pumping up the skeletons as well. So we got the Stalactite Dagger, which can help pump up the skeletons. And we also have the Mutable Explorer and the Chomping Changelings. Not pumping up skeletons, but, synergize with skeletons. So all of these get buffed by Corpse of the Lost, which is already great. But we can also now slot in the Gisa to give all of our skeletons a buff and give them menace. So that by itself is already pretty great. But this is skeletons and zombies. You control gets +1/+1. I believe what that would mean is if we put a Stalactite Dagger onto Gisa, then she's also a Changeling, which makes her also a skeleton or zombie, which means that she also gets herself +1/+1 and menace. So that's actually rather great, right? We don't actually trigger the crime that much, so that is one side of this deck that I'm not steering into. And also I'm electing to run 4 Llanowar Elves rather than 4 of the other skeleton aggro card. In the form of the Forsaken Miner. I'm not actually running any Forsaken Miner, because even though we're aggressive, I want to still be able to ramp and kind of overrun our opponent, since a lot of times we're going to go second, so I don't want to fall behind too much on our mana value or board presence. And with Changelings, that also allows us to have Unholy Annex to kind of back up our drain / life gain / damage to our opponent. Right, so this is all going to be very useful with the Changelings acting as both skeletons and demons. So that's the whole idea. Let's talk about the deck list. Turn 1, of course, we got 4 Llanowar Elves and 2 Tiny Bones. Those are good cards that you want to slam on turn 1. I also put in 2 Ghost Vacuum because I think that's pretty good as a secondary effect to stopping Cavero's deck or any graveyard deck, or a dinosaur deck that we saw, right? So hating on graveyard is always great, but this is also a crime. So at any point we can trigger crime with Ghost Vacuum and activate Gisa should we need to do that, and that's pretty useful, right? And you can swap this out for a Lantern if you feel like Lantern is a little bit better at exiling everything at once, but I wanted to use a Ghost Vacuum to slowly drip kill, and we can still steal our opponent's creature or even our own creature and then bring them all out in one turn. So that's something that Ghost Vacuum can do that a Lantern cannot do. So that's turn 1. Turn 2, we have 2 Case of the Stash Skeleton and 2 Stalactite Dagger. Those are our tempo play that we want to play on turn 2 for putting either skeleton on board or a Changeling that could also act as a skeleton. Turn 3 is where we go crazy, and that's why I like 4 Llanowar Elves in the deck, because we want to get a 3 mana. This deck is insane with 3 mana. Number 1, we got ramp, right? So 4 Mutable Explorer allow us to start ramping so that we can use that on turn 3 or with 3 mana, which means that the next turn we would have potentially 5 mana to kind of play a lot of spells together. We also have 4 Corpse of the Lost. Of course, the heart of any skeleton deck is the Corpse of the Lost. We can corpse them and, give all of our skeletons haste, which is insane. If you put a Stalactite Dagger on Gisa, she also gets haste because of Corpse of the Lost. That's what makes this deck strong. I also have, of course, 4 3-drops in Unholy Annex, which is pretty useful in draining our opponent, especially if we can Stalactite Dagger turn 2, Unholy Annex turn 3, and we start draining and drawing cards immediately. And then, of course, 2 3-drops in the form of Chomping Changelings, also a skeleton that we can charge, but more importantly, we can blow up an artifact or an enchantment. That will be very useful in modern Standard because there are a lot of artifacts and enchantments that actually break the game that we need to break ourselves, like our opponent's Corpse of the Lost, or maybe they have a Rest in Peace, maybe they have a Simulacrum Synthesizer. You never know, right? Chomping Changeling is going to be very useful. So that's our turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, or 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana tempo play. Of course, we got a lot of interactions. I also talked about Gisa already. That's kind of the top end of the deck, right? We got a lot of interactions. 2 Hex, 2 Bitter Triumph, and 2 Nowhere to Run as our removal pieces. 3 Bitter Triumph and 2 Nowhere to Run as a removal piece at instant speed. That's important. So we're not dying to Badgermole decks that easily, and we're not folding because we have turn 1 removal, turn 2 removal, and potentially if they're going too wide, they have multiple Badgermoles or multiple Llanowar Elves. We have 1 Maelstrom Pulse to kind of catch all. This is destroy any permanent as long as they're not land. So this can catch all everything except, I guess, Earthbended land. So Maelstrom Pulse will be fairly useful. It's also a crime for Gisa. That would be great. And then I wanted to try out one Ancient Vendetta. I want to see whether or not this will be a good card, because against Cavero, this will be very useful. Just take out the Cavero and win the game. And there's a few decks out there, a few combo decks right now in Standard that really hold bet all of their chips in one card. Take that card of their deck and they're gone. So I think this will be useful. It's just a one-off, and I wanted to see whether or not that's even viable. And we can get to 4 mana, reasonably well in this deck because we got a lot of drain. So I don't know. We're meant to be sort of a tempo mid-range aggro, so I don't think Ancient Vendetta is going to do much in the form of helping that. But there's so many combo decks that just kill us on turn 4 that if we can cheat out a Ancient Vendetta a little bit earlier, before they combo off, we kind of stop them from doing anything. And then it's just a matter of time, right? Maybe. And then our land base, I'm going to run 24 lands. Obviously, it's a tempo mid-range, so we're going to need a lot of lands. Even though we have 4 Llanowar Elves, we're going to have 4 swamps and 2 forests. A little less on forest just because we have 4 Wasteful Verge defaults to forest. And then we have 4 Blooming Marsh, 4 Overgrown Tomb, 1 Restless Cottage. I don't want too many cottages because I don't want tap lands to get us stuck in the early game. We need that tempo. 2 Multiversal Passage. Again, we can name green or black, so it will help us cast these spells a little bit earlier and not miss a land drop. Then finally, we have 1 Fountainport and 2 Soulstone Sanctuary. I didn't want to run too many Soulstone Sanctuary because since we're dual color deck, we're going to be a little pinch on the mana pips, right? All of these cards require a little bit more mana pips, especially if we want to cast, a Hex along with a Llanowar Elf or something on turn 2. We might need this not to be a colorless mana. So that's the idea of the deck. Let's go into the game and see how well we will do. Alright, our opponent is Dangster. He's the Dangster. He's the dangest of all Dangsters. Alright, we're gonna go first. Still no card draw, but, stuff's happening. I can hope that these hit. That's like the only 2 Chomping Changelings in the deck. You like to draw those. Wouldn't you like to draw those? Spyglass Sight. Did we just break that? No, right? I don't think we do when we can do this. Alright, they might kite those. Oh, I think Iron Bat is, I guess, annoying, but like, do they not take the Hex? They take the Hex, right? They took the Hex, which means that we can just go Mutable Explorer here. I don't know if cracking this map does much, so... There you go. Bone Rush, as they say. Probably Kaito's here? Nope, not Kaito. Gonna crack the map. There's Curiosity. We can break the Curiosity. Oh, okay. Not doing anything. So do we just attack? It's probably a counter spell, right? It's kind of tricky. I mean, it's probably a counter spell. Oh, it's a Flip It Drowner. Okay. What are they gonna drown here? My Explorer. Let's just attack with this. You want to trade? Trades with the Skelly. Alright, if they play the Enduring Curiosity just to draw cards, they're so dead. You're gonna draw 1 card? No. It's gonna gain out 1 life. And I could double the Annex. I mean, either way, I can only play 1 of these 3 drops, right? All these are 3 drops. There's only 1 2-drop here. If I played a 2-drop, I could attack with this 3-3. Is that worth anything? I can't imagine a scenario where he counters this. since he didn't counter, we're gonna pull out the Mutable. Now he's gonna have to block. He's gonna drown my Mutable. Okay. So he's down to 2, which means the Annex will just kill him. Yep, GG. Nice stall. Did not work out. Alright, our opponent is Elefante. Elefante. We go first. No, we got a Vendetta, which is kind of funny. Let's see if we ever use it. But we're just going to skeleton him. Llanowar Elves. Next turn I could case. I could hex and case if I want to, right? So that's okay. And then we can Vendetta him if I need to do that. Are they a Caveros deck? They don't have sleeves. Usually that means they're some net decker. Degenerate net deckers like me, who steals decks because I'm out of ideas. I mean, I try to make decks every once in a while. It just so happens that most decks I make can't stand up to Badgermo, so... Or Cavero at the same time. That's the Badgermo deck. Okay, so... I mean, I want to play the Blooming Marsh here. The question is, I think I hold up a mana. It couldn't be more obvious what I'm doing. What am I more afraid of? The Badger Mole? The Nature's Rhythm? Or the Ouroboros? So there's 3 cards I need to get rid of in that deck, right? That's kind of tricky. Our opponent is taking the rope route. He is definitely a standard bearer. Typical standard bearers. They bear the standard by not playing anything. And this time, instead of being mana screwed, we're gonna get the Flood. 4 lands and 3 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 4 lands and 4 cards. Oh no, they're Caveros. Are they Caveros? We'll see. Let's see what they place. They're gonna kill my Llanowar Elf with a Bitter Triumph. Okay. They are Caveros. Well, let me attack first. Now the question is, do I want to hold up a Hex? Yeah, why not? I think the fact that I held up a Hex last turn is so that I should hold up a Hex this turn. It's a reasonable play. And the next turn with Caveros. We take out his Caveros. I'm gonna get Vendetta. I'm gonna have to spell the card, huh? Let's see. Cavero, yeah, that's hard. That's hard. K-A-V-A-E-R-O. Okay, so I just typed it up on Google so I can find it. He's after my Skellies with his putting his bringer in the graveyard shenanigans. I put this card in the deck for a reason. Man, I forgot how nice it is to hate. Well, we are gonna get our stuff blown up. There's the Awaken. Probably blow up the case, honestly. I can't imagine him blowing up anything else. Oh, he's blowing up the dagger. Okay. It's the least impactful card there. I'll go to my turn. We will show him what's up. Oh, look, it's bugged. Okay. K-A-V-A. Cavero the Mind Bin. Hello, Mr. Cavero deck. How would you play the game without your Caveros? Hope you have fun. I mean, I guess you can do that. The Esper Origin plays right into the Hex. Right, this requires a mountain or a forest. He has a forest. Plays that anyways. Town Greeter. I guess he didn't want to. Alright, mills all his bitter triumphs. Makes me happy. So, what's next? You're gonna bitter triumph me? How many bitter triumphs did he mill? I mean, this is the last one, right? Last one in his hand? This will be fun. I guess it will discard something to return the Overlord? Or the break? I don't know. Don't think he's gonna have that long, but let our opponent make the choice. He kills my Changeling. Okay. Either way, need my damage. You want to block? You want to block, don't you? You don't want to block. Wild. Okay. Don't block it. Good luck. Alright, we're finally beating Caveros after doing all the tech. I had a few versions of this deck prior that just folds the Caveros every game. And I tried to run the Scavenging Ooze. I tried to run that Raccoon that also exiles. None of those worked. And I started sticking Ghost Vacuums because, you know, I think that's probably the better card in certain scenarios. Still didn't come out the best. Vendetta though, oh man, just getting the hate on it's hilarious, and it's beautiful. I'm pretty sure he's gonna Overlord me right here, right? No, he's gonna Esper Origin. All right, do your thing. He's gonna get his 4/4 on. I think he's just dead. Guess he can reveal something. Yeah, that's a dragon. Pretty good dragon. You want to attack? Attack for 1. It's a race. You don't want to attack for 1? Well, I'll attack you. Hey, remember this? Take 12. You can block one of them. GG. Alright, good game, Elefante. I hope you stop playing that stupid deck. Alright, our opponent is Chapachi. Hey, I remember you. Weren't we playing before? Yeah, opponent goes first. I mean, I got a removal or a Llanowar Elves. Either way would be a good start. Oh, okay. Well, our opponent decided to choose violence. Here comes a charger. Slick shot show off. Almost a charger. Basically a charger, honestly. Should be pretty obvious what I'm doing. First lining. It's red, so they don't got no protection. Oh, they also got no spell. I think I go with the Annex. Didn't they pop the Annex? Then I'm kind of... Or they pop my 1/1, then I'm kind of screwed, right? No, I still think I play the Annex. I wish I drew it. Could have been playing that. Whenever this creature enters, it deals 2 damage. Can't chomp on that. Can't play this though. How about give me some life drain, huh? Well, that's a lot of life. I don't think our opponent's gonna have enchantments for us to actually hit. They do have artifacts. Oh, wait. Alright. Go for it. Down to 11. I mean, I probably should have played a corpse. Honestly. I still can. I don't need blockers, right? I gain 2 life. I go to 15 here. Will I need blockers? Just in case. I don't really need to deal damage. If I attack you, it would be down to 4, or down to 2. It would not matter. Our opponent is just throwing everything away. Well, GG. Alright, our opponent is the Prog Metal Wizard. Prog Metal. Check it out. Opponent goes first. This time we have a Hex, so I'll keep. It's kind of similar hand to last time, but I have a Hex instead of a Bitter Triumph. So that is a turn 1 play if I need. Ah, god damn it. Just when I say it's a turn 1 play, our opponent's playing the mirror. So we'll never Hex anything. Unless they're the mid-mirror range. In which case we're just... Oh no, they're Caveros, okay. We just hit it. You know what, let's see what they mill first. They did not mill anything good. Do we care about this 1-1? I don't even know if I care about this 1-1, because... Right? Yeah, I don't know if I care. I could use this on a Bookworm instead. Get a dagger on. They might have counter spells. I won't beat them to turn 4 because they went first, and I don't have a Llanowar Elf. So I gotta... I don't know what I have to do. I have to chomp them, just so that they don't mill cards. That's something. If they try to kill my Stalactite Dagger or the 1-1, I can chomp. And then this 1-2 can block the 1-1 forever. Now they're gonna Kiora, so... Now it's bad. I can hope I have an extra turn, but I don't know if I will. No, that's a wistfulness. Did not attack. He tosses wistfulness, but I'm still pretty sure it's a Caveros deck, right? Yeah, let's just go with the Onyx. Eventually we'll have to fight an 8-8, and the Hex might be useful fighting the 8-8. I don't know how I fight Cure, the Rising Tide, though. Guess we'll have to chump block somehow. They're gonna blow up our... Yeah, they're gonna blow up our Annex for sure. I think I'm going to chomp them. Right, there's nothing in the graveyard right now, and I don't think they can mill that quickly. So I think we're gonna chomp them. The question is, do I want to play an untapped land to potentially build a Hex? I don't think so. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you gotta plan around this. If the Cure attacks, though, we can just block it. So, or they have another one? No, they have Overlord. Do they not have Caveros in their deck? It's probably in their hand now. Well, that's a turn that we have planned. Didn't want to return anything, huh? It's gonna make the 8-8. Gonna have to double block, but that's okay. They still have a removal, huh? Nope, just gonna trade. We'll take that. We'll take that trade. Say Cavero. Mind Bidden. Nice Cavero deck. Be a shame if you're out of Caveros. Let's also hex this. And now you're out of cards. Discard a land to draw a creature. I mean, I'm also out of cards, so not really ahead or anything. It's just I have existence. They did kill my Annex, so I don't have any card draws left. It's gonna hardcast this Bringer. Okay. Dragon, that's not it. Oh, it's gonna cast the red dragon. I knew I was gonna draw another land here. That's very common for me to draw a land after all this. We got a 4-3. A 4-3 does trade with the Formidable Speaker. But having these on board kind of serves better. I don't think the Speaker is just going to come in to attack, but if he does, we will deal with it when that happens. Right? He didn't do it. He is one land, 2 lands away. Oh, I drew another land, by the way. Yes. Arena decides I need more lands. I'm speechless right now, honestly. Like, just generally speechless. I have a 4-3. You can double block, and I will lose my 4-3. Don't know if that's worth anything here. Guess we do it anyways. Alright, now I have a 3-2. Gotta stop him from drawing lands. Also gotta stop this Overlord. There's a lot of things happening while I only draw lands. Jesus Christ, look at this land. He's gonna deceive me. Alright, he's gonna make me discard my Mutable Explorer while hardcasted Deceit. Alright, he's gonna make me discard my corpse. That makes sense. Look at their top deck versus look at our top deck, man. I don't even know. Like, is this worth playing? Okay, it's not worth playing through. Alright, our opponent is Heinjen87. Heinjen. Hein. We'll go first. Do have a Ghost Vacuum, but I don't think I'd throw it out there. All of a hex. Because then you hex something. If I don't, then I don't need to Ghost Vacuum anything either in turn 1, so not really a need for it. Overgrown Tomb. Dagger. 2 to heart. Don't have a Naturalize, please. I don't know what that means yet, so... Let's drain some life, draw some cards. Shockingly bad card. It's a land. Oh. No. Opponent, don't be like that. Ah, dinosaur. Okay, well, this is why I said always have graveyard hate. It's important to always have graveyard hate. See how far behind we would be if I didn't have graveyard hate? They just reanimate right now. Can't foggy swamp me. I'm just gonna eat your cultist. I was doing all the clicking sounds for some reason. Again. And Arena does this thing. GG! Always have graveyard hate. Alright, our opponent is Lako Polena. Oh. Okay. We got cards. Oh, but our opponent's going first anyways. We're coming up to a 10-game lose streak here, but I still cannot go first. I've been trying different versions of different decks, and none of them work against Badger mode. Just a handful of removal won't work. And I don't even know what's... like, what's the plan anyways, right? Here comes the life gainer. Alright, veteran survivor. Do we want this veteran to survive? They got Hex. I mean, they don't have Hex. They got protection. I don't want them to Hex, so go away. Spellbook Vendor. Now our Nowhere to Run can at least do something. I mean, they're gonna attack and scry. But they cannot protect. I didn't even have anything in terms of protection. Most helpful Weaver. They do have creatures, so not gonna lie, it's pretty annoying. Alright, we'll get us the Galactite Dagger. We'll get Mr. Tiny Bones for the Death Touching, and we'll touch their death. I'll try, but I don't know. It's just another Shelter by Ghost away from losing, so that is what's gonna happen here. I have an Unholy Annex for card draws. I'm gonna attack them and take their Veteran Survivor. Feathered Flight. So not only does it have reach, it also flies. Probably top deck Shelter by Ghost too. Yeah, why not? All the cards. Can I draw a kill spell? No. But I can draw for the Unholy Annex. Oh, we're gonna take 10 extra, huh? I think we're just dead. We get another Shelter, and then we just die. 10th game, huh? Well, I mean, like, when Arena wants you to lose, they definitely want you to lose, no matter what you draw, so... I don't think I misplay any part of this game. I don't even think I had a bad mulligan. Like, the hand and everything was okay. But going second is just... you lose, right? Okay. What's this last 2 card in this hand? Seam Rip? So I'm going to take 2 instead of gain 2 because I have no way to get a Changeling out. I mean, I do have a way, so I guess we'll have to do it that way, which is hilariously sad, but we're going to have to do it. Okay, I can draw a Hex. Didn't draw a Hex. I could have. This is okay. Don't want to do this right now. What do I get back from this? I get back Tiny Bones? I can use Tiny Bones to cast... Not really anything here, right? I do gain a 2 life. You can't protect, so... Don't know why I'm worried that much. Okay, okay, we might be able to turn this around. I gained 4 life from this. Second Ghost Vacuum. Second Llanowar Elf. You see how useless our cards are? I would like my Tiny Bones back. Do I block with Tiny Bones or Llanowar Elf here? You know what, let's block with Tiny Bones. Death Touch, you can't save it. And now our opponent explodes. Even with the bestest of all cards, I guess we can wreck him. Do we want a 6/6 here? I feel like 6/6 gets sheltered by ghosts very easily. And this makes it so that we have more board presence for potential blocks. I don't think he's gonna block. We attack for 6. I don't even know why I'm attacking for 6, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, up to 10. Oh man, I'm not out of the danger zone yet, but close. Another Seam Rip? Ah, take that. Not a 10-game loss, huh? I'll take it. Alright, our opponent is Care Knight, the Ambitious. How much does your knight care? I don't know, but they're going first, so I guess they care a lot. Boros. Boros aggro. Boros aggro is scary, especially when I have no removal in hand. It's 5 lands. Here comes Arabella and just kind of blows out of the water. Oh, every game is this. Yeah, I'm not gonna block. They're gonna sack it. Just blow up my Llanowar Elf, and then I'll be behind. No, they didn't sack it. It's important they didn't sack it, but oh my god. Can you draw something that's not trash? Just 6 lands on 9 cards. I have games where I don't draw any lands, and then I have these kind of games. Okay, percussionists. So not what I thought they are. Leave me alone. I'm pretty sure a frontline rush is coming my way. I can chomp this. Might be worth it. But then he exile the top card of his library. And he gets to play it. I still think it's worth it right now. I mean, okay, this is also very good against a... against a War Leader's Call. So maybe I should hold up for that. Let's make the 6/6. Don't know if this is gonna matter too much, but mean, now I can block with the Explorer, at least. If he frontline rushes, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I take 9 damage. I go down to 2. Yeah, right? So now we begin the life gain. So we got a Chomp. This guy right here. Go ahead and exile the top card. There's nothing I can do about that. And then we unlock so that we can gain some life. And draw a land! He plays the voice, which means he can't sack the headliner. Just give it haste, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can block 1. Okay, even then, huh? Alright, our opponent is the Thaumaturg. Is that the thing from Persona 3? I don't remember what it's called, but basically they synchronize and attack. We gonna go first? Yo. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I mean, it's not a good hand or anything. It's just not a bad hand. Which, nowadays, I'll take it. not a bad hand is insane for us in Arena. Here's the tap land. Look, we ain't doing nothing. Going first, definitely no Llanowar Elves for us. Oh, there it is. I mean, we just play, right? I'll even throw out the vacuum here. I don't know what they're doing, so having a vacuum might help. Misrise Village turn 1 is wild. I don't know what they're doing. Blue-white control, huh? Well, blue-white control means a lot of our stuff might just get countered. So if that's the case... Start eating up their counter. No, there was no counter spell. Too cautious. Some Electrum Synthesizer. Oh, okay, that's what that deck is. Well, I might be a little bit too cautious for my own good, and that's gonna cost me the game, huh? We're gonna get United Battlefront on this? Yeah. Yes, we are. Snare. Okay, he's gonna snare my Annex. Gotta wait till the end of the end of turn, right? Take your life to kill this. And there's only Bitter Triumph, huh? What? Oh, it killed a construct, that's why. It didn't do nothing. Now, I mean, I don't think I need to do this. I don't know if they will counter the corpse here. The cottage is probably nicer, because next turn I can use it. The Fountainport, or the Soulstone Sanctuary is not going to do anything here. So we just drop this. We'll get all of our cards to turn sideways, because next turn I drop the Soulstone Sanctuary, turn it alive, and Corpse is going to get a haste anyways. Never mind. Could be the reason why we do something else. Two blue though. I feel like they had a play. I don't know what play is for 2 blue. Do we attack for 4? Seems... you know what? Can't be a coward forever. I eat my own bitter triumph just because I can. Make a token out there for the Fountainport, potentially will help. Definitely blocking the cottage, right? So he takes 5. And he goes down to 4. Oh, we got there. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta turn your car sideways. GG. Alright, our opponent is Breakdown. Veteran Explorer. Very cool of our opponent to call himself Breakdown. I don't have green mana. Hi, how's it going? Our opponent's not even here. I don't know why I'm emoting. I do have 2 corpses with the tiny bone, and it's this is the aggro hand if I ever seen one. I saw a mulligan. That means we are already playing against top tier players. I know that mulligan exists. Same rip, yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We'll keep this going. Something will happen. Check it out, Llanowar Elves. No green, so it's like I didn't draw a card. Stock up. Well, what do you know? Our opponent is gonna draw himself a Day of Judgment. And we'll have to figure out how to get from there. Second Llanowar Elf. This is close to lethal. No, it was just lethal. I guess our opponent had Breakdown. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those skeleton games, how did this deck feel? Well, I've got a few things to say about this deck. Obviously, I don't think this version works as well in Best of 1 as I saw in Best of 3, and I don't think Ancient Vendetta did as much as I wanted to, but that's probably because this deck is not dedicated to it. So, yeah, that's it's a fair consideration. That being said, though, if you want to play Skeletons, I don't think this is the best Skeleton deck. I probably still a Mono Black or Orzhov, and you get the United Battlefront Orzhov, which makes that Skeleton deck much scarier. And Shelter by Ghost gives you lifelink, so you can't get raced over. So those are the things to consider for this deck. But now that I've played this deck, I do think the other Skeleton is better. The one that I cut, the Forsaken Miner, probably better than maybe Llanowar Elves, maybe better, well, definitely better than Ancient Vendetta. Maybe we cut some of these cards and put in 4 or 3 Forsaken Miners, because having those aggressive damage really helps with Corpse of the Lost. We are an aggro deck. I wanted to make this aggro mid-range, but we should really just be aggro, right? So you want to be able to deal the damage to your opponent as early as possible and kind of overrun them, so that when you're playing your Unholy Annex or you slam Gisa for the Menace, you're only really missing about 4 damage or so for the win, and you can get there a lot quicker. So that's really how I feel about this deck. A pretty strong deck overall, but I would say middling compared to the other really strong deck that currently exists in Standard. Standard Best of 1 has a problem right now in terms of do you tech against Badgermo or do you tech against Caveros? And those decks are both very strong, but at polar opposites. And really, when you play a deck like this, you cannot tech against either of them. The tech is you go first and aggressively push them to death. And I don't mean go first as in be on the play, but rather just you do the attacks first, right? You do the aggression first to force your opponent to interact with you instead, and that's kind of how you want to play the aggro deck. So I think a lot of the interactions pieces needs to be trimmed down, not all the way cut, because obviously we're going to go second a lot and we have to interact with our opponent, but they can be trimmed down, and then we need to have a little bit more in terms of the aggression so that our opponent doesn't have time to, you know, pull off their combo. That's the idea for most aggro decks in Standard. Anyways, we're not playing red, but we have to think like a red player. That's kind of what I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.